The huge roar from the crowd. The players take up their positions. A hurling championship to equal other great season. It's taken a bit of adjusting to, but we all knew the ground rules when they were made. Both managers banished to the dugouts, as it were, but in the compromise, the little green benches in front of those dugouts are meant to be where Ger Loughnane and Len Gaynor view this match from. In the middle of the field, it's Ollie Baker and Colin Lynch for Clare. Tommy Dunn and Conor Gleeson for Tipperary. Tip will play from right to left in the first half. Taking charge of his third All-Ireland hurling final is referee Dickie Murphy from the Rapparees Club in Wexford. And the 109th final is underway. Straight away it's Paul Shelley. That's Brian O'Mara sending one in there for David Fitzgerald to save. And Eugene O'Neill, incidentally, has started this match at full forward. Sean McMahon for Clare, up towards Niall Gilligan. Michael Ryan probably felt he was going to be marking somebody else, that somebody else should have been Fergal Hagerty, but they've made that change, of course. Now Brian Lohan had such a wonderful monster final. One of the stars that day for the Banner County. Here's Colin Lynch, trying to get away from the attentions there of the man in midfield, Conor Gleeson. Back in again to the Clare backs, and again Brian Lohan comes out first time to the ball. Liam McGrath was trying to take it up. It comes to Sean McMahon of Clare instead. Now Colin Lynch up towards Fergie Toohey, chasing after this one. One back here by Ollie Baker. He was being held back. Tommy Dunn was doing the holding. It's a free to Clare. Coming out to take the free, of course, will be Sean McMahon. Well, he got two long-range frees in the All-Ireland final here 2 years ago. This about 50 metres out. Chance of the first score, but he's hitting into the wind. Ger Loughnane has gone into full forward, by the way. McMahon hitting. Has it got the accuracy? It has. So Clare take the lead. Delight for the Clare fans up on the canal end. Puck out to be taken by Brendan Cummins. Wind assisted, dropping towards the right. Anthony Daly over there, lets it go over his head. Liam McGrath for Tipperary. Just getting out of his way there was Michael Cleary. Again it's Brian Lohan. Third clearance by Lohan, and the referee has spotted some dangerous play. Speaking there with John Lahey, I think it was a chop down, which the referee was very quickly to spot. And the face mask this afternoon being worn by John Lahey, that of course a legacy of the injury that he took in the semi-final win. Free to be taken by Sean McMahon. Lobbing it in towards the Sparrow at full forward. No Sheehy bats it out, no hint of an injury there. PJ O'Connell from the O'Callaghan's Mills Club, blocked down well. Michael Ryan trying to get that ball out, has it again. PJ O'Connell going low to try and take it, but the referee says you were touching the ball on the ground. He's disappointed, it's a free out for Tipperary. So just a point between the teams. This free will be taken by Liam Sheedy from the Portroe club, which I know has the whole place in Portroe has gone absolutely hurling mad this summer. Just his third championship match. In towards John Lahey, puts up the hand. He's been marked this afternoon by Liam Doyle. That was swept away by Anthony Daly. Still in play. Tommy Dunn contesting there with Ollie Baker. That should be quite a contest. Anthony Daly trying to follow it up. Good wrist work there by Liam McGrath. Ollie Baker, second time of asking. Some holding back there. It was Conall Bonner who was holding back Jamesy O'Connor. And there is the feeling, of course, that if anybody can mark Jamesy and mark him fairly and well, it surely is Conall Bonner. Just a quick look at how Clare are shaping up in the forward line. Jamesy's on the right half forward position. Conor Clancy is on the 40. PJ O'Connell on the left. Fergie Toohey is top of the left, and as I told you, Ger O'Loughlin at full forward. Sean McMahon looks for another, but this time it goes to the right. Just Clare's first wide. He was man of the match, of course, in the All-Ireland final here 2 years ago. Both sides want to win this game so badly. John Lahey breaks it down towards Conor Gleeson, but it's swept up instead by Colin Lynch, up towards Ollie Baker, away to the left-hand side towards PJ O'Connell. Half blocked down by Liam Sheedy. Conor Clancy is trying to get onto it. Clancy rated the best man on the 40 that Clare have got. This is Ger O'Loughlin, hooked well by Liam Sheedy. Still the Sparrow going forward. Clare trying to make their customary good start to this match. Lovely pick up there by Paul Shelley. He really is in brilliant form this season. Fouled as he was taking it out. Shelley's man this afternoon is in fact Fergie Toohey. So it'll be Brendan Cummins from the Ballybacon Grange Club to hit this. It goes a huge distance down. Touchdown by John Lahey once again. Liam McGrath was coming into it. Eugene O'Neill trying to make some headway. Taken instead by Michael Cleary, and Cleary has knocked it over the bar. Well, that will do his confidence an awful lot of good. Getting Tipperary's first point in this match, and the sides are level. 6 minutes gone. This is the move again. Cleary was very sharp, coming from behind. Lovely pick-up. Economy of space and action. Ollie Baker. Declan Ryan couldn't take it. Colin Lynch instead in towards Niall Gilligan. Now to Ger O'Loughlin. And O'Loughlin has put this one to the right, and a likely miss by Ger O'Loughlin. He normally is most accurate. But those switches may well have been anticipated by the Tipperary mentors. There was always the possibility that Clancy, following his good display in the semi-final, would start at centre-half forward. Touchdown by Sean McMahon, and Lahey was going through, and there was a stick thrust out that time by McMahon. The referee clearly saw it. Free into Tipperary. Lahey is up on the feet straight away. Great big roar up on Hill 16 by the Tipperary fans. This is what happened. Watch for Sean McMahon coming out here and then striking across the Tipperary number 12. Free to be taken by Tommy Dunn from Toomevara. He makes no mistake. So Tipperary go in front for the first time in this match, and they lead by 2 points to 1. Puck out to be taken by Davy Fitzgerald. Stiffish breeze against him in the opening 35 minutes. It lands right in the middle of the field, broken down by Ollie Baker. Colin Lynch one-handed, beaten by Conor Gleeson, but Gleeson unable to take possession. Sean McMahon instead. Colin Lynch once again. Added to there by Conor Clancy. Fergie Toohey was challenging, but again it's the masterful Paul Shelley. He's made a good start. McMahon covering wonderful ground right and left, assisting his wing backs. Liam Doyle, one of those wing backs. Taken up here by Brian O'Mara. Used to play midfield, now top of the left. Still O'Mara. What a great run. And he's put it over the bar. A great individual score by the man from Mullinahone. 3 points to 1. Well, he went right through the Clare defence that time. That area of the field in which Clare are most solid, you feel. Fairly well tested in the opening exchanges here. And just 14 minutes gone. Or rather, 9 minutes gone. Here's Declan Ryan. Jamesy O'Connor coming back. Declan Ryan, you remember, had a marvellous Munster final, one of the successes for Tipperary that day. Conal Bonner hitting his pass into space, but there's nobody there. And that's gone harmlessly wide, and that will be a source of concern to the selectors to make sure that when the wing backs get possession, that their distribution is accurate. So it's Colm Bonner, centre half back. Conor Clancy, centre half forward. Ollie Baker. One-handed there by Liam Sheedy. The shoulder coming in from Liam McGrath, a very sturdy player who can play on the 40 as well. Here's Anthony Daly, due to be married next weekend. Before that, this important tie here. Gilligan's first touch leading him down there, and it's Conor Bonner instead. James O'Connor in to try and dispossess. Liam Doyle getting it just as far as Ollie Baker, aware that he was about to be hooked. Back to Anthony Daly it goes. Clare's team captain fancying his chances from some distance. But he's put it to the left, and that's now a third wide for Clare. Well, Clare, I feel, will be quite happy to keep it nice and tight in the opening half. Tommy Dunn. Good delivery back in, over the head of Frank Lohan. Brian Lohan there to help out his brother, who really is a great full-back. Ollie Baker was under that one, so too was Tommy Dunn. Picked up here by Liam Sheedy. No-nonsense clearance there by Anthony Daly. Back in by Declan Ryan, but that's gone just inches to the right. So the man who can certainly turn a match around by his sheer physical presence and wonderful skill. Score of 4 points when the sides last met. Off the hands that time of Conor Clancy. Anticipation by Ollie Baker, coming bursting through the centre. An accurate shot, and it's gone over the bar. Ollie Baker's first point, just one between them. Fans here anticipating a rip-roaring contest between two very evenly matched teams. Baker was coming onto this with great determination and a very accurate finish. Puck out again, aimed down towards John Lahey. He's breaking the ball down quite a bit. O'Mara in after that, but it was a frontal charge rather than a fair shoulder to shoulder. Dickie Murphy decides. Well, this again is what happened. And Anthony Daly was coming across there and got the full effect of that. Brian O'Mara being spoken to by referee Dickie Murphy. Already the scorer of a very good point in this match. This again the incident, and really he caught him quite high. It certainly wasn't a fair shoulder-to-shoulder charge. Dr. Pádraig Quinn there, the Clare team doctor. He's been associated with Clare teams now since 1990, I think. Daly's okay, there's a big roar. Gerald Loughnane on his feet. Lane continuing to sit on the bench, as per rule. Sean McMahon takes the free towards Niall Gilligan. James O'Connor in next, touches it forward. And the ball was just over the line, the linesman has decided. Tommy McIntyre, the linesman on this near side. Big moment this for Niall Gilligan. He really starred in the semi-final, and there was a big surprise when he was omitted in favour of Fergal Hegarty. But just in case you have joined us late this afternoon live at Croke Park, Clare did make a switch before the match started, so they have not used up one of their subs already. Michael Ryan, great cut in. Sean McMahon was going backwards, touches it down, but only to the waiting Declan Ryan. Should be a score, and the umpire has said no, but it looked to be just inside. That's a very close one. From this angle here, it looked to be just inside the right-hand post, and that's a source of debate and annoyance for the tip forwards. Dickie Murphy correctly going in to have a chat there with his umpires, and they have waved it wide. It doesn't count. This is it again. Sean McMahon, you can see going backwards, all he could do is deflect it into the path of Declan Ryan. Now did this go inside or outside? Difficult one to say. So Tip continue to lead by just a point. Conor Clancy, good centre forward play. Now where will the distribution end up? It ends up nowhere because the captain Conor Gleeson got back. Colin Lynch, really tough challenge coming in on Colin Lynch, but he steps over the sideline. It'll be a line ball for Tipperary. This again is what happened here. Ferocious shoulder coming in, and he was over the line. The shoulder by Lahey. Some tough exchanges in the opening 15 minutes of this game. The face of Conall Bonner. Nicely cut up towards Declan Ryan. Touched down, however, by Liam Doyle to the waiting Ollie Baker. Sweeping it across to the left-hand side this time. Fergie Toohey playing at top of the left, wearing number 11. Again, knocking it in there towards Niall Gilligan. That was batted down by Michael Ryan. It was a very important intervention because PG O'Connell was nipping in behind him. And here comes Noel Sheehy. The clearance to midfield, contested well by two strongly built players. Declan Ryan the winner, however, and racing away here is John Lahey. Should be an easy score for the taking, and it is. No doubt about this one. So the two men on the left flank of the attack from Mullinahone have now got their scores, and it's 4 points to 2. Well, that was won there brilliantly by Declan Ryan, getting there ahead of McMahon, on to John Lahey, and that was routine by his standards. So let's go down and join our reporter on the sideline this afternoon, Marty Morrissey.
Well, Ger, I think that both county boards can be expecting further fines because neither Ger Loughnane nor Lengainer have stayed even on the benches outside the dugout. And despite the best efforts to restrain themselves at various times in this match so far, they have been walking up and down the sideline.
Well, that was expected, I think. Michael Cleary back to Declan Ryan again. Where's the Clare marking? It was absent, and Conor Gleeson got in for his first point. So both midfielders for Tip have scored, and they lead by 3 points. This was where the move started. Declan Ryan taking the pass from Michael Cleary back to Conor Gleeson, and he drives it over the bar. Tip have made the better start in this match, no doubt about that. Conall Bonner, their pride is very much, I think, at stake here, because they didn't want to be beaten by the Banner twice in the same championship season. Early days yet. Colin Lynch for Clare, coming in and putting it over the bar. All of the midfielders have scored now, and it's 5 points to 3. Clare just the happier on this particular occasion. Lynch getting well away from Conor Gleeson. And a great score. Brendan Cummins pucking out. Anthony Daly touches it down ahead of Liam McGrath. Tries to advance. Getting it up second time in towards Declan Ryan. Lovely pick up by Declan Ryan. The hand pass forward into space. Eugene O'Neill unmarked momentarily. The youngster just out of the minor grade, Brian Lowen, trying to get his clearance out. It comes out towards Tommy Dunn. Chance of a score here. He did the right thing. Picked it up well and drove it over for his second score, and Tip lead by double scores. Well, it's been a very satisfying first half so far for the Premier men. They really were tormenting the Clare backs. That came out to Tommy Dunn. Just a quick look up, and he popped it over. The concern on the face of Ger Loughnane very, very evident, and I think we can forget about the regulation of having to sit on the green bench. Conor Clancy mishit that one, just as far as the man they call Fingers, PG O'Connell, who breaks his stick. Gerard Loughlin trying to get it up. It's with Ollie Baker instead. Out to Jamesy O'Connor, looking for his first score in this match. Firing it in, but it's well saved by the Tipperary goalkeeper, Brendan Cummins. Back out towards Ollie Baker. Each side having its moments in midfield. That's swept back by Daly for McMahon. Into the corner towards Fergie Toohey, trying to open up the Tipperary defence. Paul Shelley getting a stop on it, but the ball has gone out over the end line, and it's gone wide. Well, certainly Toohey adds an extra dimension to the Clare forward line when he's able to take his place. But it's strange to see him playing at top of the left. If anything, Clare have maybe 4 players in their forward line who are much happier playing in the half-forward line. That's well caught again by John Lahey. He really is causing problems for Liam Doyle. That came off the post and went outside and wide, and it's a 4th wide now for Tipperary. John Lahey a little annoyed with himself. David Fitzgerald then having a particular plan in mind with this puck out through the centre. Colin Bonner was the first to react to that. Now the other centre half back, Sean McMahon. It's back from Baker to Daly. Good ball forward towards Niall Gilligan. Conal Bonner got there first. Little needle there between Colin Bonner and Jamesy O'Connor. Meanwhile, the Sparrow from the angle drive has put it to the left, and that's a 5th wide by Clare. Clare not functioning as well this afternoon as they have done so often in the championship in the past. The referee is calling for attention for Conal Bonner. Just caught the stick there, I think, of Jamesy O'Connor as he was racing for possession. And the referee just waiting for the team doctor, who is Jerry O'Sullivan, to come on. Jerry was reminding me before this match that he was booked in the semi-final. I think one of 2 doctors to be booked this year in the championship. So Conal Bonner has to go off for attention. Conor Gleeson has gone back to play left half back, just while Tipper down to 14 men. The puck out goes towards Declan Ryan. Liam McGrath trying to pick it up. Back to Anthony Daly again. Jamesy O'Connor trying to get more into the game. Has come out towards midfield. Across to Niall Gilligan, has switched across to top of the left, where he's marked, of course, by Paul Shelley. His first shot really goes right into the arms of goalkeeper Brendan Cummins, and the referee says you can't do that to the goalkeeper inside the small rectangle, so it's going to be a free out for Tipperary. Brendan, of course, hurler and footballer, very accomplished wing forward with the Tipperary football team. Free out towards Liam McGrath's side. Baker sweeping it through the middle. Conal Bonner back in the action again after the attention from the doctor. Conor Gleeson against Colin Lynch. In comes Ollie Baker. Good distribution to PG O'Connell, going for the score himself. He usually gets a couple in a match, but that time has gone to the left. The Clare forward line not really functioning as they can this far in the game. Brian O'Mara taking Michael O'Halloran out of position. Cross towards Liam McGrath. You can see that Tipperary have done their homework very well since the Munster final. They're a much improved team. Even as we say that, they put one to the right. 5 changes in all, remember, from the day they played Clare back in early July in that Munster final down in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. And they've had the opportunity to change things around with the wins in the league and also a quarter-final and semi-final All-Ireland wins. Tommy Doyle. That's Anthony Daly. In towards Gerald Auckland. Conal Bonner. Niall Gilligan in there to try and deny him. Tip doing more or less as they will in many positions of the field, but not down there. Brian Lohan playing superbly as ever. Sideline ball is to Tip. Well, I think Clare will be very disappointed to have scored only 3 points after nearly 24 minutes play. Chances few and far between. Fergie Tui has now gone out towards right half forward as Clare tried to switch things around. They've left just 2 men in the inside forward line, incidentally. Great catch by Declan Ryan. Wonderful distribution out to Lahey. The old firm are at it again, and that's gone over the bar. John Lahey's second point. made for him by Declan Ryan, and it's 7 points to 3. How often these two have done it in the past for Tipperary. Almost indestructible there at centre-half forward, and the free-moving Lahey sweeps it over the bar. Davy Fitzgerald pucking out once again. He's been very busy in the first half. Over the head of Colin Bonner that time. Colin Lynch, the midfielder, first touch, unable to take it up onto his stick. And then belted away by Conal Bonner. Sean McMahon outside towards Colin Lynch once again. He had a chance just there moments ago. All in there after it. Tough physical confrontations. Tommy Dunn getting it out as far as Eugene O'Neill. Fast off the blocks that time. The shot by O'Neill has gone over the bar. The first time he's been given a chance to hit a point by Brian Lohan. He takes it splendidly. That was a great point. Very, very happy fans of the Premier County just now, hoping to make amends. That ball was hit down in there to Eugene O'Neill, got fast away from Brian Lohan. Good positioning by the full forward. Great score. Liam Sheedy. Ollie Baker putting it back in for Clare, who have looked somewhat disjointed in this opening half. The attendance, by the way, this afternoon, capacity 65,576, and the triumvirate from Clare have a lot of work to do if they're to get back into this match. They must be considering a switch or a change. Sideline ball hit in by Liam Sheedy. Past Declan Ryan that time, but that time he was fouling his man, who is Sean McMahon. And we've got some further news now from Marty.
The news is that Fergal Hegarty is coming into the side, and decision has yet to be confirmed about who exactly is coming off, but we would anticipate a switch possibly at midfield.
Well, it's difficult to understand how he wasn't fit enough to start and now maybe coming in after just about 27 minutes play. Sean McMahon is taking the free for Clare. And again, it's Conal Bonner. The two Bonners have been playing very well. Out it comes to Tommy Dunn. The race here involving Brian Lohan and Eugene O'Neill, and O'Neill is proving a tough competitor in the last few minutes here for Brian Lohan, who had started the half so well. Tipperary get the free in. And is there some further news from Marty? I wonder just before this free is taken.
Just a very quick word, Ger. Fergal Hegarty is coming on, and it's Fergus Toohey that's coming off.
So Fergal Hegarty comes on, gives the little slip of paper there to Dickie Murphy, and as you say, Fergie Toohey, the player who has been taken off. But Fergie Toohey, in fairness to him, looked out of sorts and out of place at left corner forward. Tommy Dunn taking this free, and Tommy knocking it over the bar. That's 3 points that Tommy Dunn has scored. Well, they've helped to advance Tipperary's case in this particular final, the All-Munster final. Tip lead by 9 points to 3. A first ever for these fans to watch two Munster teams play in an All-Ireland decider. Our tip to get their revenge. Liam Doyle again. It's John Lahey who's causing him all kinds of headaches, but that time Lahey was holding back the Clare number 5. So free to the Bannermen. John Lahey gets himself a new stick. John Hayes, one of the officials, was in there to give it to him. Anthony Daly. No Sheehy breaking it out towards Conal Bonner. Ollie Baker trying to advance through midfield. And there was a wild hurley there thrust out, and the referee is speaking with Conal Bonner. The referee was right up with the play, as always. Arguably the best in the business. And of course, last Sunday he was selected with the Wexford under-21 hurling team. Jamesy O'Connor hitting this. Oh, almost for a moment he was hitting it low, and it very nearly crept in, but off the stick of Brendan Cummins and over the bar. That's Jamesy O'Connor's first point, 5 between them. There was a low and up trajectory on this, just watch it again. Nobody but the goalkeeper on the line, and he forced it over the bar. Huge puck out once again, that's causing problems with the wind at their backs. Tipperary having this lead of 5 points. Colin Lynch, he won't be without hope. PG O'Connell, there's a man in support, it's Fergal Hegarty, the man who didn't start this final but was picked to do so. In towards Niall Gilligan, 2 Tipperary players there however. Still Gilligan, familiar stride, trying to go around the defence here, hitting his shot and putting it over the bar. Niall Gilligan's first point, and Clare have started to play. 4 between them. Still 5 minutes to go to half-time, and they're a great deal happier now. It was the leggy figure here of Niall Gilligan who was getting away from his man. Brendan Cummins pucking out. Baker was under it, that's a wonderful catch. Up it goes towards Gilligan's corner once again, he's top of the left, he's on Paul Shelley. An angle shot, and that's gone over. 2 in a row for Gilligan. How could they ever think of not playing him? It's 9 points to 6, and he's having a little word there with Paul Shelley. This is what happened again. He was fast there, off his marks, got there ahead of Shelley, who never got in a telling challenge, or a challenge of any kind in fact. And the referee has had a word with the 2 men. Towards Liam McGrath, runs on into the corner. Michael Cleary about to put a challenge in on his man there, Frank Lohan. Good clearance by Lohan. Tommy Dunn to pick it up here for Tipperary. Brian O'Mara trying to steal inside there. Brian Lohan trying to get that ball away somehow. Michael Cleary trying to pick that ball up. Couldn't quite link up with his captain, but it comes off Conor Gleeson's legs, back towards Brian O'Mara again. Trying to go through. That's Frank Lohan. Hooked. All in after it. Picked up by Lahey. Trying to go through. There's no way through that stonewall defence. But has settled down a great deal more as they've watched scores going over the bar at the other end. Broken down here by Michael Ryan. Conor Bonner leaves it to the Sparrow. Beyond Fergal Hegarty, on towards Gilligan. Picked up here by Jamesy O'Connor, 45 metres out. Jamesy sending it to the right. 3 minutes to go to half-time. Pulsating stuff here, up and down the field. So much to enthuse about. So much energy expended. Scoring chances so far, almost equal. Tipperary at 12, Clare with 11. Down towards Declan Ryan, most of the stuff is coming down through the centre there. Out to Lahey again, he'll have to be marked a great deal tighter. And that's the end result. Another point. 3 for John Lahey. 10 points to 6. Well, that time his marker, who was Liam Doyle, was well away from him. This was scooped out there by the number 10 Liam McGrath, out to Lahey. It was Colin Lynch in fact who was coming in. Doyle was well away from his man, and that's another score. Davy Fitzgerald pucking it through the centre towards Ollie Baker, back in by Tommy Dunn. Indications there from that puck out that the breeze is very, very stiff indeed. And remember, it is favouring Tipperary in the opening 35 minutes. Brian Lohan trying to keep Eugene O'Neill away from it. In was McGrath quickly. In along the baseline it comes. Liam Doyle there saying, leave it to me. The clearance out to Colin Lynch. The shoulder from Conor Gleeson. Strong, tough, forceful play, but full of skill, full of craft. Clancy trying to go through there. It really is a tough match this, and who's back? The number 12, inevitably, John Lahey. What about that for a pile-up? You get an indication in that last little bit of play of just their eagerness to win this tie. So much pride is at stake. Anthony Daly again. Blocked by Colin Bonner. Taking it away from Conor Clancy, hasn't yet managed to get into this match as Clare would wish. He's done a good job so far, Colin Bonner. Free to tip. Tommy Dunn to take it. Inside the last minute of the first half. Tense faces all around Croke Park. Well, this is just about 50 metres out from his own goal. but he has the wind behind him, lobbing it in towards Eugene O'Neill. Lohan was up first as well, but that ball beats them all. Brian Lohan there explaining it away to the referee, I think explaining that his hurley may well have been held. The only player I can remember giving him real trouble during this past season was Eugene Cloonan of Athenry in the club final here back on St. Patrick's Day. Inside it goes towards Fergal Hegarty. Hegarty playing it left half forward, being marked by Liam Sheedy. There he is again. Up towards Niall Gilligan, playing at top of the left, and the score of 2 points in a row for Clare to begin something of a comeback for them. So into injury time. I suppose the question to be asked is, a lead of 4 points sufficient for Tipperary, who will have to face the wind after the turnaround? Sean McManus left it there. That's Conor Gleeson, Tipperary's team captain. Will he be picking up the McCarthy Cup? That's Eugene O'Neill. He really is causing problems just now for Brian Lohan. Into the arms of Davy Fitzgerald. The ball goes, however. Jamesy against 2 Tipperary players. Colin Lynch coming in to help him. On his left-hand side across towards Fergal Hegarty, getting there ahead of Liam Sheedy. That's a good switch and a good move. Here he comes again, the man from Kilnamona, outside towards PJ O'Connell, instinctively hitting it, but he puts it to the left. He got just a little chance. It was just a brief opening there for him. This is the gap that he saw. The hand pass hit it on the ground and just wide. So how much time is the referee going to allow at the end of this first half? That's it, he decides. Plays just over a minute of injury time. Well, John Lahey scored 3 points in that first half. Declan Ryan was very much the provider for many of those scores and many of the other scores as well. Tip will be happy going in. Are they to avenge their loss in the Munster final at half-time here in Croke Park in the 109th All-Ireland Hurling final? It's Tipperary 10, Clare 6.
Teams back out of the field again. Let's see if there's any latest news.
No changes on either team, and interestingly the Clare team showed a lot of tenseness because Gerald Loughnane brought him into the inner sanctum, the new dressing rooms here, but no change on either team at the moment.
Well, we've just in fact noticed that Aidan Ryan has just come on as the battle for the greatest prize in hurling gets underway once again. 35 minutes to go. Aidan Ryan has gone into right half forward where Liam McGrath had been playing, as that ball has gone over the bar. What a start to the second half. Wow, 10 points to 7. Liam Doyle will be mighty happy. This is what happened. The man who was marking John Lahey in the first half and continues to mark him came in to get a very rare point in the championship. And there the fiancé of the team captain, hoping that things will go well. Eugene O'Neill again trying to take that ball up into his stick. Brian Lohan had a real test in the last 15 minutes of that first half against the young full forward Eugene O'Neill. This time a great long clearance downfield. Noel Sheehy put under pressure. Fergal Hegarty racing across for this one with the team captain Conor Gleeson. And it's going to be a line ball for Clare, who have this breeze with them now for the second 35 minutes. We can confirm that Liam McGrath is the player who's gone off, and Aidan Ryan has come on. Colin Lynch. In it goes towards Clancy, the man on the 40, looking for another point. Start of the second half. Clare have made a wonderful start to the half. Conor Clancy operating on the 40. 2 between them, 10 points to 8. And this is how it happened. Very much an individual score by Clancy, making space for himself. Well, Niall Gilligan is top of the left still. There's the new fresh man in to try and challenge Anthony Daly. The Sparrow continues at full forward, and PJ O'Connell, it seems, is now the man playing top of the right, which is not the position you associate him with. Conor Gleeson, quick look around to see who might be marking him. Nobody. Probing ball inside. Cleary, in he comes. The backs did really well. Frank Lohan got there first, and then it was his brother Brian A wonderful clearance downfield to put pressure on the Tipperary backs. PG O'Connell was challenging Ryan that time. No Sheehy inside there. And that's gone over the sideline. Well, with Sheehys and Sheedys in that Tipperary backline, it can be a bit confusing at times. Pressure back on the tip backs again. I'm sure they were expecting a bit of a hurricane from Clare in the second half. And certainly Clare have started with a great purpose. The line ball will be cut in by Ollie Baker. Words of encouragement from the tip goalkeeper. Right into the inside forward line, but they're powerless to get it, however. So that's the first wide of the second half, and 10 wides in all now for Clare, which is also a cause of concern. Clare wondering, can they get a second title in the space of 3 years? Tip looking for their 25th All-Ireland success, the last 6 years ago. In there challenging was Tommy Dunn. Clancy was there for Clare. Ollie Baker trying to make some headway. Sean McMahon says enough of that and drives it way down to Niall Gilligan, but he can't win his race, however, to take possession. And a tip man down on the ground there. Just looking around, possible elimination. I wonder, is it Tommy Dunn? Again, the team doctor in there, Jerry O'Sullivan. Yes, it's Tommy Dunn, all right. Scorer of 3 points in this match so far, 2 of them from frees. Back on the feet, able to take up his position in midfield. He's formed a very good alliance there with Conor Gleeson. There's been quite a test against Baker and Lynch this afternoon. This was where that came back off Tommy Dunn, and that's where he got the injury. Some fresh air pulling in there. Strong, determined, forceful hurling. Tommy Dunn has it. Lose it, however. Back by Sean McMahon. Into the Sparrow. Sparrow has yet to score in this match. Playing it back towards Fergal Hegarty. Again, it's Gerald O'Loughlin. Good probing ball by O'Loughlin. And it's gone over the bar. Gerald O'Loughlin's first point. One between the teams. The rematch of the Munster final. In this, the All-Ireland decider. The biggest day of the year for these hurlers. That was a great shot and a great point. Puck out taken by Brendan Cummins. Pucking against the wind, he still makes a fair old distance. Stalemate situation over there. John Lahey was trying to take it, and he ends up on the ground. And the referee in there quickly to defuse it. It's a fiery contest from time to time. No quarter given, and as you know, none ever expected. Especially players who know one another so well, and where they've already met in the heat of battle. Free to be taken by Tommy Dunn. 2 successes with frees out of 3 so far. Low trajectory again, but the accuracy is there, and he's put it over the bar. A 4th point in all now for Tommy Dunn from Toomevara. And Tip get their first point of the second half. Well, that will soothe a lot of the Tipperary nerves, I think. 6 minutes into the second half, lots of talking points, but no goals to date. Davy Fitzgerald. A much longer one this time. Noel Sheehy and Colin Bonner there between them. They break it down. James O'Connor was coming into it, but he was being held back. And that will be a free into Clare. And the referee speaking there to Conor Bonner. And Dickie Murphy, who plays the game with a great smile on his face always, explaining it away there to Conor Bonner, who took a knock in the first half. It should be James O'Connor's 2nd point of the game. It equals his tally in the 95 final. So a margin of just 1 separating these teams again. What a contest. The packed Hill 16 in the background. The backdrop to this puck out by Brendan Cummins. Trying to vary it towards Aidan Ryan this time. Sure, he's trying to limit the effectiveness of Anthony Daly with those booming clearances. That's Colin Lynch way down there. PG O'Connell racing across from the right to pick it up on the left. Send it inside there towards Clancy. and back goes Conall Bonner, and that's no Sheehy there. Out into the middle, it's picked up here by Ollie Baker. Good vision to pick out Colin Lynch, 45 metres out. Should be another one, and that's gone over the bar. It's the equaliser. A second for Colin Lynch. Clare 11 points, Tipperary 11 points. Not showing any great emotion there on the bench over there, the Clare mentors, but they must be very pleased. They were 4 points down at half-time, and they've now got another. They're fifth of the second half. That's wonderful shooting, 5 points in 8 minutes. That's a bit like the old Clare. John Lahey this time beaten by Liam Doyle, who started much better in the second half. McMahon trying to link up with the other wing back, does so successfully, out to Colin Lynch. Sending it over the head of the Sparrow towards Niall Gilligan. It's won here by the fullback for Tipperary, Noel Sheehy. Sweeping it into the middle, Tommy Dunn taking it. Ollie Baker right alongside him, saying so tight to him. Declan Ryan. And the race here won by the man at the corner, Frank Lohan. One back here again. And that time the foul was by Gerald Loughlin, and the referee calling him aside there for that foul on Conall Bonner. Quiet little caution by the referee, no name taken. Free to tip. Hands on the boots there of Liam Sheedy. The man who is making the most of his opportunity this year, called in first in the championship against Down in the quarter-finals. On what is a perfect surface here at Croke Park this afternoon. A really good one in towards Aidan Ryan. Back out again by Daly, however. Only as far as Declan Ryan. Blocked down by Sean McMahon, playing well. Ollie Baker back. Ollie's having a fantastic game. Over the head there of Sheedy, running on there towards Gilligan. Fergal Hegarty and Niall Gilligan. Gilligan has it, gets it away from Paul Shelley. Clare, if I'm accurate in this, have been ahead just once in this match. The very first score, which was taken by Sean McMahon. No addition to it there. So, all tied up here. Len Gaynor again pacing up and down the sideline. Ger Loughnane right now is sitting down, the man doing the walking for Clare, as it were, is Tony Considine, one of the selectors. But it's difficult to stay sitting down while this kind of action is taking place in front of you. Eugene O'Neill again tormenting Brian Lohan every chance he gets. Oh, that went just too far beyond Brian O'Mara. Michael clearly was coming in, but Tommy Doyle is there as well. And Tommy Dunn rather has put it over the bar. 5 points in all now for Tommy. And Tip go back in front again by 12 points to 11. Well, that time they were tormenting the Clare backline. It was Eugene O'Neill doing much of the tormenting. And when it went out to the midfielder, Tommy Dunn was on hand. Dunn again. Challenged by Colin Lynch. Clancy there challenging the other man, Conor Gleeson. Unable to take it up onto the stick. Liam Doyle was across there, and the shot in the end has gone to the left and gone wide. Eugene O'Neill having to be content with the point he scored in the first half, just one so far. But every opportunity he gets, he's getting in there among Brian Lohan, and it's difficult for Lohan to dispossess him. That's Tony Considine, Mike McNamara also there, the other man who is a selector for Clare along with Ger Loughnane. That's swept out there towards Ollie Baker. We'll have some more news in just a moment from the sideline as Colin Lynch comes onto this. The hand pass outside towards Jamesy O'Connor, and Jamesy's shot has gone over the bar. Jamesy's got another one, and they're level for the third time. It's Clare 12, it's Tipperary 12, and I think news of a change by Clare. Marty.
Clare are going to bring in David Ford from Ogonnelloe, but again they would not confirm who exactly was going to be coming off.
Well, the man who's coming off is PJ O'Connell. We can see it now as that last point is credited to Jamesy O'Connor. Well, David Ford, of course, the man who came in the Munster final against the same opposition and scored a goal. That goal which was the one which separated the teams in the end. It was 118 to 18 points at the end of that match. Jamesy O'Connor on to the sub has just come in, David Ford. Ford was a super player, looking for glory straight away. Actually put the kiss of death on his chances that time. He's put it away to the left. Well, he's come in at right half forward, and Jamesy O'Connor, I think, has gone out to the middle of the field. We'll just have to see once this settles down what positions they take up. This is Ford again. They're unsure, I think, the Tipperary backs as to who's supposed to mark him, and the referee saw no advantage accruing. He blew his whistle, and now going in to have words with Colin Bonner, now playing his club hurling in Dunhill in Waterford, and he gets his name taken. Deliberately stopping David Ford as he was going through. Might have been an advantage that time, but the referee decided to blow. It'll be a free to Clare. James O'Connor, 2 frees taken, 2 points scored. This is his third, and he's put it over the bar, and Clare go back in front. It's Clare 13 points, Tipperary 12 in this wonderful All-Ireland final. It really is some battle. But then as the out goes, nobody said it would be easy. And the referee has blown his whistle because Len Gaynor came onto the field there just to try and make a change. And it's difficult for the mentors, the managers, the coaches, to get their words of instruction across to their teams, because there is some distance from there to the edge of the pitch. And he is certainly not happy. Mark Duggan there on his right, and of course the other man there alongside him, Michael Doyle. Puck out then to Tipperary, Brendan Cummins. Aidan Ryan getting there ahead of Anthony Daly for once. Towards Michael Cleary, lovely pick up by Cleary, instinctively hitting it inside towards Brian O'Mara. Broken down, however, that's the wing back, Liam Doyle, driving it down towards Niall Gilligan's corner, picking it up there alongside Paul Shelley, who's trying to get that stick in there to dispossess the wily number 18, who does well, trying to get it across to the Sparrow. One back by Shelley again. James O'Connor contesting with Conall Bonner. Out it comes to the man in the middle, Tommy Dunn. Brian Lohan getting out first time ahead of Eugene O'Neill, linking up with his centre half back Sean McMahon towards Conor Clancy, doing well, trying to shield that ball. Comes back towards James O'Connor, darting away again from his man, and Liam Sheedy this time was hauling him back. Liam is annoyed with that, but the referee had no option, and it's a free into Clare. Just look at the pace of the man here, a real penetrating run. Well, Liam Sheedy certainly felt there was no fouling action there, but the referee saw it otherwise. And this time the referee sending Ger Loughnane back towards his bench. Difficult afternoon for the two coaches. Two men who shared glories in the past, and that's gone over the bar, draws the white flag. And James O'Connor now with 5 points to his credit. He's having a good afternoon. When that ball comes his way, he knows what to do with it. So Clare leading by 2 points. Sean McMahon reaching up for this one, doing well in the second half, indeed much better against Declan Ryan. Ryan was very influential in the opening half. Now wind assisted, it's Ollie Baker hitting it. A huge one from way out, but away to the left. Certainly seems to be enjoying himself this afternoon. Ollie Baker from St. Joseph's. And Baker in his 9th championship match this afternoon. Daly trying to knock it down, comes towards Aidan Ryan. We'll have some more news in a moment from the sideline. In it goes towards Michael Cleary. But Brian Lohan inevitably back there to help out his defence. Towards Conor Clancy, touched down by Colin Bonner. Conor Gleeson playing it ahead towards the man in the middle, Tommy Dunn. Clancy, good dispossession. Away come the Clare men once again. Leading by 2 points. Hagerty sending it in, it's 2 against 1. Michael Ryan goes up for that one. And a sweeping clearance by Ryan. The team captain under it there, Anthony Daly. Towards Clancy again on the 40. Noel Sheehy dispossessed, but assisted there by Conall Bonner. Oh, he gives it straight to a Clare man, to Ollie Baker, who has support if he needs it. Ups to go with David Ford rather than the Sparrow. Ford having to chase after with Michael Ryan. The other option of the Sparrow might have been the better one. A wonderful phase of continuous play. Good block down here. Ford again, hitting his shot, and he's put it over the bar. A delighted David Ford. This is a great second half spell by Clare, who lead by 15 points to 12. And this is the score, but where was the marking? They were late going out to meet David Ford, far too late in fact. Well, now what about that news from the far sideline?
Just a talking point down here between the two dugouts is the wind, or indeed the lack of it now in the second half.
John Lahey with that shot saved there by Davy Fitzgerald. Conall Bonner trying to get there, so to his brother Colm. Comes back out towards Conall again. So the wind has dropped, so that advantage to Clare not as great as it might have been, or as we might have thought. It's Conall Bonner who's down there. 9 points in the second half for Clare, which is wonderful scoring in 18 minutes. So a point every 2 minutes. This was John Lahey's shot. That was the save made by David Fitzgerald. The in-goal camera. Again, the doctor has been called out here to attend to Conall Bonner. And the referee also availing of the liquid. Here was Conall Bonner, and that's where the wind was taken out of his sails by Ollie Baker. But not a fair shoulder-to-shoulder charge, hence the free to Tipperary. It'll be Tommy Dunn to take it. 5 points so far in this match, standing on his own 65-metre line. 16 minutes to go. Dunn's shot appears to be going left. Stopped by the goalkeeper, and it's gone for a 65. Declan Ryan anxious to send it back quickly. Michael O'Halloran there disagreeing with the umpire, and David Fitzgerald, the player on the ground. This was what happened. That was that long-range free, and the goalkeeper was called on there to make a save, and in the end it was over the end line, hence the 65. Tony Considine, will he be singing My Lovely Rose of Clare after all of this, like he did back in '95? Clare by 3. This an important 65 by Tommy Dunn. Dropping it in low, saved on the goal line by Liam Doyle. He really has upped his performance in the second half. He had to do so, and we've seen very little of John Lahey, very little of Declan Ryan as well. This is Michael Cleary. And certainly Clare have gone for it in the second half. Jamesy O'Connor, down it goes. Again, Ford coming forward, looking for another one. Great pace, little off balance, he was hitting it, but he puts it over the bar. And it's 2 points now for David Ford. 16 points to 12, the scoreline. Well, Clare are so fortunate to have a player in their ranks like this, to come off the bench, to take 2 of about 4 chances so far. That the latest. It's a great score. And at the other end, watch for this. Saved on the goal line by Liam Doyle. It's back in again, however. This time it's Davy Fitzgerald getting away from Brian O'Mara. Tip thought they had this match won, I'm sure, heading towards the end of the first half. Clare looked ragged, but there's a bit of transformation in the second half, and a great display of character and skill. Here's the Sparrow, sending it in low towards Niall Gilligan. Could have gone anywhere, causing problems for Paul Shelley. Colm Bonner got back goal side, still Gilligan. Just about got enough room to swing the stick and to put it over the bar. And that's his 3rd point in this All-Ireland final. The man we thought had been omitted, but started the game, has made it 17 points to 12. They're on the feet, in the stands, on the terraces, enjoying this moment here again, which they can see on the giant screen above Hill 16. Tip may be about to make another change. We'll tell you about that a little while from now. But that's Liam Doyle. Into the waiting goalkeeper's arms, Brendan Cummins. Fergal Hegarty trying to take it up here. Little hand pass back towards Jamesy O'Connor. In towards Niall Gilligan. This is the Sparrow. Oh, and that's gone to the left. He had a chance of a point, and he might have even had a chance of a goal. Some more news now from Marty.
Liam Cahill is being introduced for Tipperary, and obviously he's going to take up the corner forward position. And there's been a lot of talk in Clare, of course, about the 3 men along the sideline: Barry Murphy, David Ford and Niall Gilligan. Ford and Gilligan are in. Barry Murphy will be introduced very shortly.
and he's coming in place, or rather Michael Cleary is the one going off, just to clarify all that. It'll be Liam Cahill, of course, who's in fact now just come in. Daly once again, momentarily on mark. Cahill was going in there, did well to dispossess him. He's got support outside if he wishes to use it. Aidan Ryan, another second half sub. Here comes Aidan Ryan, going by Frank Lowen, still Ryan. He was fouled, it'll be a free in from the 20-metre line. And that will put a bit of hope back into these Tipperary players. A good run forward. Aidan Ryan, the man you can depend upon in a crisis. Still no goals in this match, and they've been so important in the past in major championship occasions. Is there one in this? David Fitzgerald on the goal line, organising. John Lahey has gone to get the ball. Score of 3 points in the first half. Nothing so far in the second. He goes for the point. The first of his 4 to come from a free, and 4 between them as well. Tension again in the face there of Ger Loughnane. I make it about 11.5 minutes to go. Fitzgerald's puck out towards Fergal Hegarty. Ford is coming in behind him here, the shoulder by Liam Sheedy. Picked up here by David Ford again. He'll go for another one, I'm sure. This time, however, it's gone to the left. Perhaps an easier chance than one of the ones he scored earlier on. The umpire looking at his watch. I'm sure they're wondering as well just how much time is left. That was a view of the Clare bench. Sean McMahon again makes a wonderful catch, surrounded by 3 or 4 Tipperary players. In the end, they fouled him. And the referee explaining why there to the new man in, Liam Cahill. David Fitzgerald has come from his goal to take this. Look at the size of the head of that Hurley, the boss. It's the pucking out stick that he normally uses. And it'll work a treat, I'm sure, from this free here. Breeze, we heard earlier, not quite as strong as it was in the first half. He's standing 45 metres out from his own goal. He really hits it a crack. Going for a score, and he's gone just to the left. Well, remembered for the great penalty save in the last match, and of course the great penalty goal that he scored in the Munster final back in '95. And Clare have just made the change that we were anticipating. And going off the team is Fergal Hegarty, who's had a checkered afternoon. So Barry Murphy up from Scariff is in, and Fergal Hegarty, who was due to start and didn't, and then came in, and it was all a bit confusing. And Dickie Murphy straight away is having a word there with Barry Murphy, who's going to be marked by Liam Sheedy for the remaining just under 10 minutes. Lahey again over there contesting, gets the break of the ball back down to him from Tommy Dunn. John Lahey looking for his first score of the second score of the second half. In it goes towards Cahill, and he's kicked it in! There is a goal in this match! The sub has done it! A goal by Liam Cahill, and Tip are right back in it again. They're in there disputing this one, however, about whether or not he was in the square. Let's watch again. He was just on the edge, I think, when he made the catch. It's a difficult one to call, however. It was John Lahey who dropped it in towards Liam Cahill, right on the edge, but he booted it to the back of the net. Now, where was he when he received it? He could have had half a foot inside. But the goal stands, and there's only a point between the teams. What a finish we're going to have now. A goal that will surely set up Tipperary for a wonderful last 8 minutes. Conor Boller trying to get that one away. David Ford trying to get it in. The Sparrow being kept away from it there by Michael Ryan. The All-Ireland title is at stake. What odds a draw? 14-1 the bookmakers were telling us. That's Conor Gleeson. Up towards Brian O'Mara. Stepping in there again was John Lahey. And Lahey seemed to just injure an ankle momentarily. He's walking away okay once again. Last man up, Michael O'Halloran. O'Halloran also seems to have taken a knock on that ankle. This is what happened here. He was racing there with John Latty. Well, Clare, of course, now have introduced their full complement of subs. It'll be Liam Doyle to hit this one. Good sideline cut towards James O'Connor. Clancy was there, but so too was Michael Ryan, the cornerback for Tipperary. Conor Gleeson, that's Ollie Baker, working tirelessly in midfield, trying to get it back to Sean McMahon, succeeds. Barry Murphy once again, stepping away from the challenge there. Aidan Ryan going back, 3 Tipperary players, they feel they can still take this cup back to Tipperary. Brian Lohan wants to deny them the minimum between the teams, 17 points to 16. Frank Lohan again, coming thundering out of his full-back position. Michael Ryan, again a good catch, quick look around him to see who was there. Shelley was in support. The clearance, will it find a Tipperary man? It's gone for a sideline ball, and Cahill would seem to have pulled across Anthony Daly there, right alongside the umpire, or the linesman rather, and the referee certainly spotted it. Quiet little word, and a line ball it's going to be. This to be taken by Anthony Daly. Where will that McCarthy Cup be going? Will it be going back to Clare or Tip this afternoon? Or will there be another day out? Jamesy O'Connor has it for Clare. They need a score here, just to settle things down. And Jamesy has found the range! 6 points now for Jamesy O'Connor. This is a day he's certainly enjoying so far. 18 points to 113. 2 points the margin. Clare lead. Just over 5 minutes to go. That was a great finish. In it goes again, this time towards Brian O'Mara. Back they go to try and challenge him. Sean McMahon gets it out somehow to a player waiting out there. Liam Doyle is there. Swings around, then knocks it away downfield. Beyond Colin Bonner. David Ford can't pick it up. Michael Ryan has it instead for Tipperary. Great assured cornerback play. In there towards the forward line again, they're looking for another. O'Mara was there, Aidan Ryan is there, Eugene O'Neill's in there. Who might get the final touch? It's gone to Clare back, and it's gone for another 65. What a match. What a finish we're getting here. And that is what it's all about. This is what happened just moments ago there. Eugene O'Neill was trying to sweep it in, so too were the other players. O'Mara was there, Aidan Ryan was ready to pounce as well, and in the end it went off a Clare stick. Tommy Dunn, 3 points from 6 frees so far. Sherlock Nat is on the field, and the referee is waiting before the free can be taken to have a word with the Clare manager. His name is being taken. Jerry Loughnane won't care too much about names taken or fines later on if his side can hang on for dear life to victory here. This to put just a point between the teams. Real pressure for Tommy Dunn. 5 points so far in this match. 4 minutes left. He drives it in and he drives it, and it's stopped in there, and it's in the back of the net! Another goal, and it's Eugene O'Neill who's got it. Tipperary are ahead by a point. They were hoping to narrow the gap. Tommy Dunn knocked this one in for the side beaten in this year's Munster final by Clare, and Eugene O'Neill was the one who reacted quickly. 3 minutes from the end or thereabouts. A real body blow now for the Banner men. But even as we watch the replay of that, they've gone downfield, and Ollie Baker has put the ball over the bar for his second point. It's a wonderful contest. They're level for the 4th time in this All-Ireland final. How much time will the referee allow? Another 3 minutes still to play. Will there be a winner? What a final. Jamesy O'Connor goes back to try and forage. Tommy Dunn there, who hit in that free, that's 65. In towards Eugene O'Neill, the scorer of that goal, to Cahill, who got the other goal. Back it goes towards Liam Doyle. If there were to be a replay, we gather it would be in 3 weeks' time. Aidan Ryan, who certainly has made a difference, making some very good penetrating runs in the second half. Always a man you can depend upon. And one of the Clare players just needing a little bit of attention. The referee, I think, has told Michael O'Halloran there about 2 minutes to go. Liam Doyle back to take up his marking duties on John Lahey. Tip the better in the first half, Clare the better in the second half, but those goals have been real body blows. The free out to be taken here by Davy Fitzgerald. Is there another score or two yet? Colin Bonner under it, so too Sheehy comes out here towards Conor Bonner. Into the middle of the field, Declan Ryan there. He picks it up really well ahead of Sean McMahon. Still Declan Ryan, trying to send it in towards the forward, towards Eugene O'Neill. And again it's Brian Lohan, and very craftily there taking it away from the forward, giving himself a bit of space in which to manoeuvre. Out to Liam Doyle it comes. It's a wonderful All-Ireland final, full of spirit and determination, full of skill, full of craft, full of all that's the very best in hurling. And a very fast game at that. Liam Cahill, Colin Lynch, a couple of players there to help him. Keeping it away there in spite of the bloody nose. A minute to go. Jamesy O'Connor, will this be the winner? It may be! Jamesy O'Connor, his 7th point, and Clare lead by a solitary score. They are absolutely thrilled and delighted, those Clare fans all around Croke Park. This, the reason why. What a response to the goal. Here's Lahey at the other end. It's stopped, it's saved. It's a great save by Davy Fitzgerald. And there was a chance for Tipperary to go back in front again. Amazing stuff. It's gone out over the sideline. That was a wonderful save by Davy Fitzgerald. There was wonderful pace in this. Struck straight towards him, but still a wonderful save. Oh, what a time that would have been for Tip to have come and got their 3rd goal. Instead it's going to be a sideline ball. 5 seconds or so of normal time to go. Neither team would really deserve to lose, but Clare have the edge. 27 scoring chances created by Clare, 25 by Tipperary. David Ford stopped here by Colin Bonner. The hand pass to Conor Gleeson, trying to tie up this match. The captain from way out the field, he's gone to the right, however, with the shot, and he's put it wide. So now down to referee Dickie Murphy from Wexford. How much time is left? We had some injuries. There should be a minute or two. David Ford under this one, getting there ahead of Liam Sheedy. Sending it across towards the Sparrow. Michael Ryan racing out there as well. The Tip forwards needing possession badly. Again, a real hard, tight contest there in midfield, just to try and win it back. The referee's decision here will be keenly awaited. He's going to... it's all over! Clare are the All-Ireland champions once again! Champions in 95, champions in 97. They've beaten Tipperary twice in the same championship season. What a championship. They beat Cork, they beat Tip, they beat Kilkenny. They've come back and they've done it again in the All-Ireland final. They were in a tight corner when Tip got those goals, but they are absolutely thrilled and delighted. They've won by the minimum. It's Clare 20 points. Tipperary 2 goals and 13, just 1 point between the teams after a magnificent All-Ireland final.
Lord Anthony O'Daly.
Joe McDonagh makes a rousing speech. Anthony Daly takes back the Liam McCarthy Cup. Clare are the champions, champions of Ireland once again. What a magnificent day for them. Young and old will celebrate a famous victory. Just a point in it. But what a game, and they'll always remember it.